Welcome back to TECHMIMIC, where you can simply view, imitate, replicate, and get on with your day. I have a couple of older PC games here, and I would like to archive them for the future. In this video, I will demonstrate how to create an image file from the contents of a PC game that is stored on a CD-ROM or on a DVD. That image file will have the extension of .iso, which is based on the ISO 9660 file system standard for optical media. First, I will show this for Linux and then for Windows. I won't be going into technicalities or mention things that have changed over the years. For Windows, think about native operating system functionality or certain power toys that are no longer supported, or other methods that lead to the same result. Because chances are you're just here to watch a quick video and are not interested in all of this. Instead, I have selected just a method that I know that works well. Also, of course, a disclaimer, only use this for PC games you do actually own. And even then, there is an ongoing debate about whether this is allowed, yes or no. Let us stay far away from this. This doesn't just work for PC games, but also for media with your own data that you have created over the years. So, let's get started. I'm demonstrating this on Linux Mint, but that really doesn't matter because don't be intimidated, because we will issue just one single command from the terminal and call it a day. This will be the easiest and also a powerful way to create an image file without the need for the installation of additional software, because each and every Linux distribution will have this command on board. I have a classic game here called Broken Sword. Open a terminal and most likely by default you will now be in your home directory. In there I have already navigated to the BS for Broken Sword, mind you, directory. A directory I've created to keep things organized. Currently this is empty. As promised, I won't go into technicalities. All you need to know is that on Linux, your CD-ROM or DVD drive will be listed as a SR device. If you only have one player, that will be /dev/SRO, which by the way is exactly what /dev/CD-ROM is linked to. Let's skip the entire discussion about Linux mount points and go straight for dev CD-ROM. Ignore the name because it will also work for DVD media. The command we need is the dd command. The beauty of dd is that it reads the contents of the media at a block level, and as such it creates a one-to-one copy to the .iso file we will specify. Type dd if equals /dev/CD-ROM of equals bs.iso, or any name you want to give to your ISO file. Status equals progress. IF means input file and OF means output file. Status equals progress, you don't need to specify this, but then there will be complete silence, and by specifying it, we will get an indication of the progress. Now execute the command and go grab some coffee. Once done, there is now a single bs.iso file that contains a one-to-one image of your media. Here it is in the file manager, again something every Linux distribution will have. In Linux Mint 22 Cinnamon Edition, this will be the Tunar file manager. Now let's test the .iso file. First eject the physical DVD from the drive, because this is no longer needed and you can put it on the shelf. Right-click the .iso file, select Open With from the menu and select Disk Image Mounter or similar from the list. And there it is. A new device just popped up as if it were an actual optical disc. From here you can browse the contents, work with the data, etc. Because this is a Windows game, I won't be able to run the setup program, but I can always now transfer this .iso file to a Windows machine and continue from there. An alternative is to maybe have a look at the videos Step-by-Step Guide to Running Windows Applications on Linux with Bottles, or a Step-by-Step Guide to Running Windows Applications on Linux with PlayOnLinux. Both videos are linked in the video description below for your convenience. Once done, you can unmount the .iso file with a right click on the volume name and then select Unmount. And that's it for Linux. Now I will demonstrate the same for Windows. I'm demonstrating this on Windows 11 and it also will work for Windows 10. By the way, the dd method just shown for Linux is also available via a dd port for Windows, but this you will have to research for yourself. I have left it out of the video because as Windows users we don't want to see command line utilities. Make sure that your PC game is loaded into the CD-ROM or DVD drive, and in this case we are going to use a PC game on a CD-ROM. To create an image file from its contents, we are not going to install any fancy tools, and there are loads and loads of them available on the internet, but just one small, free and lightweight utility by the name of FreeISO Creator, and it does exactly what it says on the tin, and nothing more or less. A link is in the video description, but it is also shown on screen, www.freeisocreator.com. Just download the setup program and install it. Once done, start the FreeISO Creator via the application shortcut. For the source folder, find and select the drive letter, in this case it's the E drive, and click OK. For volume name, type the name that will become the label of the virtual disk once it is mounted. You can freely select this to your liking. And for the actual ISO file, browse to a location and specify a file name. I will place it in the existing subdirectory ISO and specify a file name of Cohen2. Click Save when done and click Create to start the process and go get some coffee. Once done, click OK and exit the FreeISO Creator by clicking Close. Now open the Windows Explorer and eject the physical DVD from the drive because this is no longer needed and it can be put on the shelf. Then go to the directory where you've specified your ISO file to be. You can see I've did this before for another game that was on a DVD, which you can tell by its file size. Right-click the .iso and select Mount. And there it is. A new drive letter just popped up as if it were an actual optical disk. From here you can browse the contents, work with the data or run the setup program. Once done, you can eject the new drive just like a physical drive. When you right-click the .iso and the mount option is not there or another program is listed, this can be easily fixed by opening the Windows settings and selecting Apps from the left-hand side. Then select Default Apps. In the text box, type .iso and select it from the list. In this case, Windows Explorer is the assigned default program and things will work like I've just shown in the video. Now let's say that this is another program and you want to work with .iso files going forward and want to change the default program. Just click on the icon on the right-hand side, select Windows Explorer and click Set Default. If you don't want to change the default program, simply select Open With from the menu to temporarily override the assigned default program just one time. Now you can go through your collection of PC games or other media and create your own digital library on Linux and or Windows. That's it. Hope it helped, and if it did, please like the video and keep it up. Until next time, bye!